laptop and some water.
I made a new friend. See? Made him.
I'm rolling my eyes again. Now, what on earth
Got a picture.
are you going to use that for?
It's my new friend. Look, we're hanging out in front of the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I see that.
New gaming buddy.
Oh boy.
But all that gaming really wore him out.
Wow. Also, your hair's getting long.
A little bit.
Alright. I'm on the boat. And I'm about to disappear. You are so ridiculous. I'm gonna take these photos and save them and post them to our Twitter. Kidding. I won't do that. I won't do that. But
I mean,
nope, not doing it.
Don't do it.
Not doing it.
The one of him taking a nap, I suppose, is okay.
No.
All right. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if anybody's here because I was out of the room for a few minutes. Because my PlayStation's upstairs right now.
Okay.
Okay, let me nab the channel here real quick. Just to make sure that it's okay, like that we're live, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can start, I'm just saying. That's what I'm going to be doing for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying that you're ready for me to intro in? Or does Glenn want to intro out?
Glenn's about to intro out.
I'm so sad.
It's okay.
Well, I tell you what, I'll let you intro in and out, or whatever you want to do there, Glenn.
You guys can just do a show together. It's okay. We had fun. All right.
But you should intro in and say that you're infinitely going to be present, even though you're not present.
Okay.
With the endless amount of time we have, you're infinitely present.
3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to A Snugpod Cast. I am your soon-to-not-be-here host, Gwen the Bard, and by that I mean I have infinitely been doing too much Infinite Archive that I gotta infinitely disappear and just listen, because my time's up for the night already. We're starting a little too late for the evening.
So your time is not infinite, huh?
No, it is finite. Definitely not infinite. There we go.
Well, we're glad that you could be here for that at least.
Exactly. We had fun. We defeated, by the way, best monster helm in the game is that boss we just beat, because it's a giant sword.
Heck yeah.
Alright, there we go. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye, Gwen.
Bye. And you also hear Gone Crazy back soon there. What's up?
Nothing much. I made it. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Well, here you are. You made it.
Here I am.
We made it. I thought about it, and I'm glad you're here.
Wow, you thought about it.
I did. I don't know.
Gee, I wonder where you just were.
I don't know what to think sometimes, but sometimes I just have to tell you what I thought.
This is gonna be a terrible joke the entire night.
It might be. It might be.
Oh my gosh.
I'm never separate, and sometimes people might wish that I was separate.
It keeps getting worse.
Yeah. I can't help it. I've been hanging out with my buoy, and we've been telling bad jokes.
Wow.
That's my boy Wilbur over there. He's from that low budget film Thrown Away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Welcome to a Snugpod Cast where we talk about nonsense. Occasionally, yeah. So, um,
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
So, what have you been up to?
Well, currently right now I'm attempting to send our show as live tweet and failing miserably because I apparently can't multitask at the moment. Um,
Too busy laughing at my killer jokes.
yeah, I actually used it in the tweet. It says pre-show tree shows live. You thought you could escape us for a week?
Wow. I can tell you put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah. Gwen is currently rolling her eyes. I can feel it, even though she's not
I
here.
think her eyes have rolled down her throat by now.
Oh, bless. Okay, what have I been up to? Finishing this tweet, which I'm almost done with. Hold on, please, and then I can actually focus on what I'm trying to say. Okay, there we go. Now I feel better. What have I been up to? Let's see. Holy moly, I have been in editing land. I've been in lots of work, like a stupid amount of hours at ungodly times, which is why I've pretty much been missing for the last 2 weeks. But I do have vacation coming up, day after tomorrow. Thank goodness. Thank the divines. So I will have, hopefully, a moment of respite, I hope. Other than that, my goal is to try and finish the Necrom main quest, because I want to get that under my belt before we get any announcements, because we know that's coming soon. And I have been digging up a lot of antiquities that I had backlogged, that I had either scried and just left to sit there, or some that were going to expire. So I kind of went through the other day and did a bunch of those for some mythic things that I had. And like I said, other than that, it's just been loads of editing. Toasted Peanut and I have not released anything for Lore Seekers for over a month now, but some of that is with good reason. Some of it has been timing in our jobs. Between he and myself, I think we are going to have 3 releases that will be coming in the next few weeks. So hopefully the patience of people who listen to us pays off for them a little bit, because there'll be a new episode, and then I think we're going to do a quick thing from one of the live streams that we did. And then also I'm working currently on a big lore compilation that will be all of our lore stuff that we've had throughout those 8 or 9 episodes compiled all together. So it'll be one nice big lore lesson chunk for people. So yeah, that's kind of what I have been up to. Gwen is not here, but she did leave some notes. It says that she's been in Skyrim. She's been learning how to mod, and you can hear people laughing at her struggles, she says. I don't know why, but yeah, she's also been doing some video editing, and it says lots of editing. So I guess apparently she and I have both been in editing land together. She got through Arc 2 and Infinite Archive with Moki, and then also finished the Hermaeus Mora deck. So that's what Gwen has been up to as well. What about you, Never? What have you been up to?
Realizing that I had my mic backwards. Did it sound terrible earlier? Does it sound better now?
Well, it sounds way better now. You did sound like you were across the room earlier, but I assumed it was because you were on your headset or something.
No, I just had it turned the wrong way. Anyway.
Only the most professional.
Yeah, I guess we should start over, and we got to get Gwen back so we can do the whole spiel again.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Got to do it.
Yeah. So hopefully, because the mic was facing the other way, you didn't pick up too much of the noise coming from the next room.
I didn't hear any of that. I just only heard you sounding like you were across the room.
Gosh, why didn't somebody say something? My goodness.
Well, sometimes when you're running like content that's not our show, you'll I don't know, not use your headset or stuff like that. So it didn't really seem super out of the ordinary to me, if we're being honest.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I guess. Anyway, so I've not been up to a whole lot in game. I did just get done running the first arc. We with Gwen and
Congrats!
Infinite Archive. The endlessly changing thing. I guess we'll probably talk about that in a minute. But anyway, yeah. While we were waiting on you to get home and get ready, we decided to run through that, and that was fun.
Is that your first time in there?
Second.
Okay.
I do have thoughts about something I think would be a nice change, but
tell us.
Might just be me. I think enemy density feels a little meh, at least early on. I don't know if that changes.
Yeah, because there are some things that can randomly spawn that make it significantly harder. But usually they don't hit until the second or third arc.
It just seemed like there were not a lot of enemies, and they were very spread out, and you spent a lot of time just running around trying to get everything. I don't know. It would feel better, I think, to maybe that just comes from me playing games like Diablo, and where you just group up a ton of enemies and kill everything at once. But
could be.
And there are, I know there are like pools and stuff you can use to group stuff up more, but I was not running on a character with a pool, so because I was on my DPS build, not my tank. But anyway. So that would be one thing I might like to see done a little differently, but I don't know that I do. I don't know that I see that being a change they make. But it does feel like, oh cool, well I just ran over here and killed these one or two, easy little mobs, and then I had to run all the way across the room to kill one or two more little guys, and
yeah, I guess that's probably the difference too in what weapons you're using. Because like for me, it doesn't feel any more abnormal. It feels like a normal dungeon pull to me because I'm using a bow as well as my Nightblade skills that will punch me across the room real quickly. So
right, yeah, and I'm using on that build. I have a two-hand in both slots. And I do have a gap closer, but I don't use that. I haven't used that build in forever, so I was still like trying to remember where everything was. But anyway, aside from that, getting on and trying to get my login rewards, I think I've missed a day or two. But the other thing that I've done is so the other day I was going to get on, I was going to do my logins and then get back off. And then I thought about it and decided that I would...
I'm going to start keeping a tally.
I was like, I'm pretty close to getting my second Grandmaster crafting station. Like probably halfway-ish there, I think. And I know I had some larger writs. So my hopping on to... grab logins and then get off turned into running around and buying gold mats to do some bigger jewelry writs I had that were like 200 and something a piece.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, my biggest one was like 600 and something. But I did that to get my first station. But I had a couple that were like 240s, so I knocked those out. But man, those are expensive materials to buy. I bought a stack of 40 and it was like 200,000, which is not too far off from, I guess, the cost of most gold mats. They have come down a lot, but I have a bunch of those. I don't have to worry about buying. Well, scratch that. I don't have a lot of any of them, but aside from the enchanting ones. But anyway, irrelevant. So yeah, now I have blacksmithing and jewelry grandmaster stations.
Hooray!
So try to work on getting the other two, and then hopefully if I get around to doing that, it's just such a grind because I don't have time to do writs regularly. Get back to trying to get some stations. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get all the stations, but having interesting and useful sets in the guild house is nice. I think one of the next ones I may try to get is the Heartland Conqueror for the XP buff. Well, it's not necessarily an XP buff, but it's the one that doubles your weapon trait. So if you put training on it, it doubles that. So
You should get the, what's the one that lets you have two? Oh, I guess that's not two traits. That would be two. Oh my gosh. my
Twiceborn
Khajiit
Star.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
My Khajiit just came up here and had a toy in her mouth and she's just yelling at me.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can hear her.
Yeah,
Can you hear her?
yeah, I hear the meows. So, do I not have Twiceborn Star in the house? I don't remember.
Maybe you do.
I don't remember. Yeah, that set is interesting. I don't know that it's overly useful, but
Yeah, that's true.
I ran it on something just for fun for a little while, but I don't know that it was overly productive. But again, there are sets that may not be the best, but they're just fun. So,
Yeah, that's true.
and I like to have a little bit of variety to choose from in the house since I don't have all of them. So you can come in and you can make something that's useful, or you can just make something that's fun. And then maybe one day, if I'm ever just stuck with a whole lot of time and nothing else to do, and way too many writs and materials, then I can knock some out. But yeah. So if you're in the guild, stop by and check out the two stations that I do have. If you haven't seen those in person yet, they're definitely nice to have. Being able to, if you've got writs to do, master writs, being able to just drop down a menu and go to the set that you need, set it on, show the quest onlys, and it makes it super easy to find everything, as opposed to running around a guild hall that had, 300 something stations or whatever it was.
Right.
The guild that I'm in that has a couple of places with all of those. We went the one day and he hadn't changed. He hadn't gotten the sets for. He hadn't gotten the stations yet, and
Right.
he does have those now. And it's like, man, this is nice.
Empty.
This is just run right there.
Look at all the room for activities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been up to in game. So I have actually accomplished a little something this week. So that's about it.
Nice. Oh, pardon my yawn. It's not the company. Wow. Whew. My
Wow.
goodness. Yeah. Well, we have news as always, and actually quite a bit of news this week, including a studio director letter. So from Matt Fyrower. But before we get to that, let's talk about something that's been going on. It's going on currently, and it will continue on for another few days. And that is the Infinite Arc Live. Have you heard about this or gotten to see any of this?
I have not.
So this was a really awesome idea. The Ninja Pulls Guild, we have an ESO streamer, Maya, who is the founder of the Ninja Pulls Guild, and they are doing a raid train for Infinite Archive. So they had a sign up, and it was basically if you're a streamer who streams ESO and you want to join, like throw your name in the pot. And then Maya made, I'm guessing it was Maya that did it, made a schedule of everybody. It looks like it's basically just alphabetically. And they're just raiding into each other's streams. So like it started with Avron and it's going to end with Yiki. But so Avron, did her stream, and then she raided into Beautiful Skyrim, who raided into Bert Firkins, who raided into Biz Lobo. So it's a pretty cool thing that they have going on, and it's a lot of names that people would probably recognize. A lot of the stream team members. There's also a ton of just content creators in there. And whatnot. I actually had hoped that I could have gotten myself together to be able to do it, but it just didn't happen. The the time thing didn't work out with what was kind of going on RL for me right now. But yeah, lots of people in there. There's some lore seekers in there who have their names in the mix. So pretty good stuff. There's a whole bunch of it happening. I think it's going on. It started on the 12th. With Gina and Finn and Maya doing an Infinite Archive run during the ESO Live that was on the 12th on Tuesday. So that happened, and then they started the raid train, which was really, really neat. So it's been going on now for 6 days. Lotus was just today, actually, earlier during the day. And yeah, I think it's just going on until they're done. It looks like they're about... just shy of halfway through. So there is a link to a website. Oh, actually, wait, that's the link for if you wanted to join. So, but she does have, if you search, like if you literally Google Infinite Arc Live, you can find a site that's been put together, and it just has all the streams continuous, and it shows like the schedule of like who's next. And it'll say their name at the bottom and then the time that the stream is supposed to be starting. So it's very well put together. Maya did a fantastic job organizing this. It's really, really cool.
Are they just doing their own individual archive runs and then just when one finishes, just rating the other stream? Or
Yep.
Okay. I have a question. You can join somebody else's run midway through, right? Are you
it
able
wouldn't
to
work with the threads, if that's what you're thinking. Like, why aren't they? Well, also there's different platforms.
Gwen said,
I mean, I think most of them are PC, but
Gwen said that is infinitely crazy. Watching on YouTube.
Yep.
So, no, my thinking was, how does that? So if I'm doing a solo run and I'm part of the way through, you can jump in, right?
Yeah, and then it goes to it automatically becomes a group score.
Okay. If I were to leave and you stayed in,
it would still be a group score.
Would your run still continue and somebody else could join you?
I don't know.
Because that was my thought when you first started describing what they were doing, is that they were going to, like, somebody else would come in and continue it on.
No.
And then they would, they would raid the stream so that the viewers moved, but it would be a continuous archive run.
Oh no, because not everybody's on the same platform.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah, no, they're just literally raiding into each other's streams. And I think some of the people are doing their normal stream. They're just also doing Infinite Archive during it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So, yeah. So it's pretty neat. There's definitely some people whose names you probably recognize if you're looking at everything there. And, yeah, just a fantastic, cool idea. So give it a check out, because it should be going on a couple more days since we're only about halfway through. So there you go. Next thing that we have up is it's already gone by, but did you by chance get to see the ESO Live that was on the 15th, where they cooked with Madigan, Gina and Jess?
I did not.
Oh man, it was super fun. So last year and maybe the year before, I don't remember, they did a cooking stream where they cooked something out of the Elder Scrolls cookbook. And this year, Madigan, who's one of the stream team members, joined them for the stream. So this was really fun because Maddie's known for doing this. So on Sundays, Maddie does like a Sunday brunch with Maddie, and he actually has a streaming setup in his kitchen as well. And so you can like watch him make tacos and iced coffee and, bake something or whatever. And then he goes and sits down in his recliner and plays ESO for a while. And then he comes back and he makes something else. And then he goes back and sits in his recliner. So he normally does that. But like that's just part of his streams that he does throughout the week. But this time, Gina and Jess had him on their actual cooking stream that they did for the ESO Live. So it was really fun to watch all three of them in their own kitchens trying to make the same thing, and also laughing because you can immediately see like who is used to baking and who is not. Like, it was so funny. Jess was done so long before Gina, but like Gina was such a champion in just continuing on, and she would have like something happen. She was like, oops, do I have to measure this? Or like, I dropped part of this on the floor. Did I need all of it? Stuff
She
like
didn't
that.
lose any
So.
stick-on nails in it or anything, right?
No, no. Ew, no.
Okay, I'm just curious. I mean, sometimes I hear that happens.
No. Ew, ew. No, nothing like that. She just, like, I think it was like some sort of baking flour or something that she dropped a bit of, and Jess had actually given it to her. So you just hear go on stream. She goes, Jess? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, did you give me just enough for the recipe, or did you give me a little extra? And she's like, I don't know. I think maybe a little extra. And she's like, oh, okay, good, because I just dropped some of it. So
Gwen said, I made my cookies without stick-on nails, by the way.
nice. So here's what I told them they need to do. And this, I'm saying it first on Snug Podcast. I mean, I said it in their stream too, in the chat, but
Snugpod Show.
oh my gosh, stop. We're not changing the name of the show because they changed the name of Endless Archive.
Oh, okay. Well.
So, wow, I completely lost track of what I was doing after
You
that.
were sharing something first here.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Come on, tell us your thoughts about it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So my thoughts were, next year they do a cooking stream, they invite Maddie back. Each of them cooks one dish from one of the alliances, and then they fight for the ruby spatula.
Fine. I like it.
Right?
I
So
like
it's
it.
like the Three Banners War over baking goods and a ruby-colored spatula instead of a ruby throne.
So do you have a judge that determines who wins that, like a
No.
cook-off kind of thing?
There's no winning in Cyrodiil. It's just who gets the most points for a while.
Oh, okay.
They could take it to Zos, and Rich could choose.
Now you know what would be kind of fun is to keep that going and use the same one, and it changes hands, and like maybe put it with something that everybody that has it can sign.
What, the ruby spatula?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. They
That would
whoever wins has to come back and
Great Tamriel Bake Off.
Yeah. Yeah. The winner gets to come back, and somebody else gets to challenge, and
There we go.
yeah. And then as it moves around, it gathers something that represents different. I don't know, just a signature or something that you can see who all's had it, and it'd be kind of fun.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, it was a great stream. It should still be up there, so I would say go and take a peek at it. But it was really fun to watch Maddie and Gina and Jess all bake at the same time. Yeah, it was cool. I didn't get to see the end, so I didn't see how things came out, but I'm sure it was all delicious. Yeah.
I need to get the cookbook out and have my wife cook something.
What, you're not a cooker?
Nah. I mean, sometimes I've been known to do some small things here and there, but nothing special. Nothing
Okay.
like that. I mean, I grill, but so if there's like some meat stuff in there, I could.
You
do
could
maybe.
use some like Nord spices and grill something.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
could make those.
Yeah, we
That
did
could
have
be
the. Is it just the? No, Stormcloak seasoning. We had.
Yeah,
She made
that's
some
what
of
it
that.
is.
She actually really liked it. She used it on quite a few things. But you have to get the. Oh gosh. What is that pepper that's in it?
Yeah, it's a specific kind of black pepper.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like a ground coarse peppercorn something or other.
I can't remember, but it's like another. It has like another country's name in it, I think, doesn't it? Or
I don't know. I would have to look it up.
I don't
My
remember.
cookbook's not next to me. It's downstairs.
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, that stuff's like we don't have a good place to get that locally, so I think we have to like order it off Amazon or something. But
Bummer.
But yeah, good stuff. Anyway, you were gonna say?
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say. Do you know what's happening next year?
Do you mean the celebration?
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. And a little disappointed.
Why?
Well, I did read further down, so my disappointment faded a little bit, but I was like, you know, it's not going to be in the U.S. Amsterdam it, you know.
Well, there are going to be U.S. events.
Right.
It's just not going to be the
I just had to
first
make the
one.
joke.
I love
sorry.
it.
Anyway.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary this next year, which is very, very exciting. And I'm very excited to see what they do with this. They are doing basically like a world tour
Right.
for ESO. So it says, commemorate a decade of the Elder Scrolls Online and our amazing community with special in-person event that kicks off our massive 10th anniversary celebration. Next year, the Elder Scrolls Online will reach its 10th anniversary since it first launched on PC Mac in April of 2014. To celebrate this incredible milestone, we're kicking off a massive 10th anniversary celebration in April. During the celebration, we'll look back on ESO's history and celebrate the game itself, its dedicated group of developers, its passionate, ever-growing community, and its bright future. Whether you've been a member of the ESO fam since the early beta, have recently begun your journey into Tamriel, or are looking for a new epic online RPG, you won't want to miss this incredible celebration, which kicks off next year in Amsterdam. So, like you said, the 2-day in-person event that they are hosting will be April 5th and Saturday, April 6th in Amsterdam at the Sugar Factory. So there are tickets available through the Elder Scrolls Online website. There is cost, but what I will say is it looks like the cost gets you some pretty darn cool stuff. And if you actually go to the Sugar Factory and look at their link, that place looks wild. It is going to be an amazing party, I think. Just having experienced what they were able to do in Vegas, and then looking at the size of the Sugar Factory and kind of the ambiance, if you will, of what it looks like, I think it's going to be a really, really cool event. Some things that they have listed are developer panels, roundtable discussions with live-streamed portions, hands-on gameplay, food and drink, live music, community activities, and more. It will also be the first ever in-person ESO cosplay competition. So if you've got an amazing ESO costume in mind that you think the community will love and are planning to attend, get to crafting.
You hear that, Gwen?
She's going. She's already bought her ticket.
Oh. There you go.
She's in.
Is she doing the competition? Do you know?
That I don't know, but I hope she does.
Oh, Gwen, if you are doing the competition, you tell us about that. But don't give details. You don't want to give away your, don't want to spoil anything. But
don't give away your outfit.
I would like to hear if you're planning on doing that. And then, yeah.
Yeah, so there are a couple other lore seekers that I have heard are going to the Amsterdam event. And I'll just plug it right now while we're here. We do have a channel in our Discord that we used for the Vegas event and that Gwen also used for when she was in Germany, and that some of the other lore seekers posted stuff from the Germany ESO Tavern as well. We have reactivated that channel, and now it's just listed as, I think, like 10th anniversary. So you can make threads for each of the events, basically, as they start to get announced, and then we can see how people are going to coordinate and who's going to be at those different events. So, it says that they're planning to make this the biggest in-person community event that they've ever had. And it's going to be a massive anniversary celebration. It also said there's going to be a ton of special 10th anniversary in-person events all over the globe throughout, including the big one in the U.S. in 2025. So it seems like they're doing probably the PC anniversary of launch in Amsterdam this year, 2024. And then 2025 is when consoles launched. So we launched a year later, basically, I believe.
You mean 2015?
That's what I meant, 2015. Sorry. Yep, I'm very tired. But I mean, in 2025, they're going to be celebrating, I would assume that maybe that's why some of it is being done that way. But also, I'm not them. So that's just my guess.
Can you buy gift certificates for airlines?
Probably.
Because I might want to start putting back now so I can actually attend one of these things.
Yeah. It does have other local community events listed. So, and you know what? I also realized I've been saying that it's in Germany. Nope, that's right. I said Amsterdam, didn't I?
You did.
It's in the Netherlands. Okay, yep. Never mind. My brain. Wow. I'm sorry, everyone that listens to this after. Also, my husband's in chat right now, and he said you can purchase gift certificates for airlines. So, there you go.
Good to know. Appreciate that.
Some other local community events that are going to be happening on this world tour that they're doing are in Australia, China, the Netherlands, Sweden, Italy, Germany, France, Spain, Poland, the UK, the United States, and Japan. So there will be multiple events happening throughout 2024 and early 2025. So hopefully we can all meet up for one of the local US ones. I hope.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Life's crazy, and I don't get a lot of time off to go do that kind of stuff. But there's enough notice, and I can make that happen, and you can make that happen, and Gwen can make that happen, and maybe even that old Sasquatch dude could make that happen. That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Just throwing that out.
So it says that there will be additional announcements in April of 2024 where they'll unveil more about the world tour. So there you go.
Nice.
Even though that was super scatterbrained, I finally got it out. Since it is the end of the year, we're in December, we also got Matt Firor's letter that he usually does. So he always does like a retrospective and like a look back at the year. So the studio letter from ZeniMax Online Studio Director, Matt Firor, was posted to the Elder Scrolls Online website. Have you read this?
I have not.
All right. I'm going to just go ahead and read it, I think, because A, it's not that long, and B, it's always nice to hear the retrospective from the year. Just give me one moment because I do need a quick drink of water. Okay, let's give it a go. It says, "Greetings, everyone. It's time to look back at ESO in 2023 and look forward to 2024. In 2023, our number one priority, besides shipping Necrom and Infinite Archive, was to make the service more stable. The hardware refresh of all game servers finished in 2023, and even though we have some more non-player-facing hardware swaps to go, we're all reaping the benefits of the more modern and powerful servers that are now powering ESO's infrastructure. We also have refined our process to ensure that updates launch with fewer issues, and for the great majority of situations, we achieved that. We did have longer downtimes than usual a few times due to the hardware refresh, but looking back, I'm pretty happy with where things are, especially after our Epic Game Store launch in July, where we saw our highest monthly active user numbers since 2015. Necrom was our highest rated chapter, in some ratings, highest since Somerset, and shows our commitment to amazing storytelling. I'm especially happy with how the Apocrypha Zone turned out. Adding the Elder Scrolls lore on Daedric Realms is something that we take great pride in, and I think we nailed the combination of obsession with knowledge and creepy visuals that are the hallmark of Hermaeus Mora. For the first time in a few years, the story will continue in 2024 as the 2023 story, no spoilers here, has ended on a cliffhanger. Wrapping up 2023, we launched Infinite Archive, adding a challenging, repeatable game mode to ESO. This is the type of content that we want to do more of in the future. Really fun, challenging experiences with great rewards that players can enjoy for a long time. ESO is always about great storytelling, so we won't abandon story quests and content, but we will balance it out with more systems like dungeons, trials, and special new content like Infinite Archive. Looking forward to 2024, the obvious first thing to note is that April 4th, 2024 is ESO's 10-year anniversary, making a decade since we launched on PC and Mac. Reaching this milestone with the game in such great shape will be an amazing achievement, and we'll celebrate with both in-game and real-life events. You already know about the first two, our 10-year anniversary community event in Amsterdam in April, and a 10-year anniversary-themed ESO Tavern in Germany from July 13th and 14th. Stay tuned for more information about all these events, and I certainly hope to see you in person at one or more of them. Also, I remind you that April 4th, 2024 is the 10-year anniversary of the PC Mac launch, but many of you didn't join the community until June of 2015 at ESO's massive console launch. As such, we are considering the entirety of April 2024 through July 2025 as our 10-year anniversary period, and we'll fill it as much as we can with special events, perspectives, and lots of other fun stuff to celebrate you, our community, and the ESO dev team. We can't wait to share all of this with you when we're ready. Next year, we will kick off with a global reveal show in January, and we're excited to continue the story from last year, but in a different part of Tamriel. It's going to be great, and we have some new systems that I think everyone will want to hear about. I'm not going to spoil it now, but you should definitely look out for the global reveal announcement and mark your calendars. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to talk about all of us in the ESO community. Now that we're a year or so past the pandemic, it's good to take stock of where we are and where we want to go. ESO is in a great place, enjoyed by millions. In fact, almost 2 million of you joined ESO last year, not counting the players enjoying the game for free in the Epic Game Store. We've been massively successful for many years now, and we're very thankful for all of you who have helped make this happen. As we approach the 10th anniversary of this amazing experience, I would just like to acknowledge the path that we've been on and appreciate the hard work we've all done to keep ESO amazing. It takes a village to develop and operate a game like this, and that village absolutely includes everyone reading this right now. Thanks so much for everything you do for ESO. See you in Tamriel. That's some good stuff in there. Anything stick out to you? There were a few things that stuck out to me.
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. I was responding to you, and it's like, and you kept talking, and I was like, oh, wait, I'm muted. She can't hear me.
Nope.
I said, yeah, they even name dropped the new name change there. So people reading this will be like, what's the Infinite Archive? Is that something new that goes along with the Endless Archive?
No, that is the new name for the Endless Archive.
Yeah.
So whether it be legalities or something else, they have gone back and changed the name from Endless Archive to Infinite Archive. So just as a little announcement there for everybody.
2 million new players is significant.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant number, and I think that's probably mostly Epic Game Store, if we're being honest.
But now, we don't really know for sure that that's necessarily all new players or just players that also now have an account.
Right.
Through Epic or have changed platforms because, oh, look, now it's on the Epic Game Store, whatever. But either way, I'm sure there's a fairly significant number of new players there. Gwen says Mac users. Is Epic on Mac where Steam's not? Is that the case? Or I
don't know.
Oh, I guess it just got released for Mac recently, this past year. Is that what happened? Did I miss that?
No, it's been out on Mac for a while.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I mean that's still it's better on Mac than Steam, she says. So. Does that put ESO up in 20 million players now?
Yeah, it was 21, I think, last year.
Okay, that's a lot of people. Yeah, I'm sure that's not 21 million playing hours a day every day or anything.
No, that's how many. That's how many accounts exist or whatever.
Right. But that's a lot of people for a game that's 10 years old now. So. There's only a handful of games that really manage to do that. I suppose all of them tend to be MMOs. But that's an impressive feat. It's almost as impressive as my feat, but uh,
Wow.
sorry.
I
Sorry.
thought we were done with the jokes.
No, you thought that wrong.
Wow.
But yeah, that's some big stuff. And then, you know, and he kind of teased a little bit there too toward the end about new systems coming. Curious to see what that is. I'm always curious to see what the new systems are. I don't actually get to play enough to engage with a lot of that stuff as much as I thought. Like the card game was something I was really looking forward to, and it is pretty cool. But it's like if I'm sitting down to play, that's not the thing I want to play. I would really like to play that in a different format. I'd like to have access to the card game in a not sitting down on the console format.
Yeah.
But
I mean, who knows? That could be a new system. There could be something coming with a new system where you could like do something on mobile. You never know.
yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool to have that card game as a standalone thing, especially if they figured out how to tie it in where you could play through another means and it actually count towards. Of course, then you still have to play and go get the cards and all for the the pieces for the decks.
Right.
But being able to just actually play it another way when you're kind of out and about or whatever would be nice. But it, you know, it is interesting just to see because this game has got so many different things to do,
Right.
which is, you know, why it can sometimes feel overwhelming because it's like, well, which one of the 25 different things that I could spend hours doing do I want to do today? Because I have 30 minutes. But the Endless Archive, or I'm sorry, the Infinite Archive, was a cool addition. The card game was a cool addition. What have we had? What have other systems have they added recently in the last couple of years?
The well, it's not technically a system. I guess that would be quality of life. But I was going to say the tables that you were talking about earlier. But they're not technically a system, I suppose. Like the crafting tables.
Yeah. Well, he talks about new systems. He was kind of referencing. Let's see.
He referenced dungeons.
Yeah. Where was
trials
that?
And special new content. So, my wall of crazy is still that we're going to get to repeat dungeon quests for dailies.
Yeah, that needs to be a thing. Should have been a thing from the beginning, but that would be a good addition. Agreed. And I think that's not too terribly crazy. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be doable, because it's already a trials thing and arena thing, right? Arena. Is that the right word?
An arena is like Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Where is the line that I was looking for?
It's literally ESO is always about great storytelling, so we won't abandon story quests and content, but we will balance it out with more systems like dungeons, trials, and special new content like Infinite Archive.
Okay.
Right? That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, I think so. So he says special new content like Endless Archive, and they said they want to do more content like that. So if they're doing something akin to Endless Archive, Infinite Archive, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm going to be calling it Endless Archive forever.
I know. It's so hard.
But if they're doing something akin to that in terms of, you know, I guess scale or whatever, and you know, a completely new activity, that is something that's repeatable and rewarding, then you know that's going to be a great thing to see added to the game, because if you're getting all these new players, you know, and how many returning players might you see come back if they're like, oh, well, there's more new stuff to do, because you know, you play a game like this long enough, some people, you know, some of the more mundane things are the draw, and I don't use that term in a demeaning way, but just like the slower, like the housing stuff,
Like a
and
slow burn.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's the kind of stuff that it's not fast paced, and can be a bit more tedious, if you will. But some people like that kind of thing. Um, but for a lot of people, it's playing a game like this long enough, you do kind of hit a point where it's like, well, even though it might be new stories, I feel like I've just kind of done all I want to do because the gameplay elements of it aren't changing that much. But when they start adding new things in, like the archive, and one of my favorite things that they added was, and I'd like to see more of this, was when they added the grappling hook in the dungeon that you had to platform a little bit. Like that was kind of a fun new thing to do.
Yeah.
So things, just different things that change up the gameplay, and people that were like, well, I did enjoy elements of the game, but I just kind of burned out. Now there's a new thing that seems like it might be fun to go do.
I want tavern games.
Tavern games.
Yeah, if we already made Tales of Tribute, why
Right.
can't they make something else?
Okay.
But like that you could actually put like you said, like a game table. Could be.
Where you can just
Probably not.
go into a tavern and sit down and play.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Checkers.
Highly unlikely, but could be cool.
ESO chess. Yeah, they could do a lot with trying to find more social. It seems weird to say that in a game like this, but things where you just go out and you have options to interact with other players, but not through the normal, wheel menu of do you want to duel or do you want to trade, but you see a player sitting at a table and you walk up, sit at the same table, and you get the option to do a thing. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So yeah, we'll have to see what the quote-unquote systems are.
Yep.
Be very, very fun. Wow, that's it. We did it. We made it through the news.
Are we all done?
Yeah.
Well, there was the 2 days left to submit thing.
Oh yeah,
There's
there
no
are.
link
There's
there.
2 days. We'll say it here for those that watch the replay, but it'll probably be donezo by the time the episode actually publishes. And that is, there are 2 days to submit art for the 10-year streams. That is due on the 20th. So if you're interested in having any of your art or things like that used during any of the 10th anniversary celebration streams, it is due on the 20th. So get on in there. Put some
Cool.
of that artwork you've done in there.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah. I did not pull lore for this week because today was a really long day and I was really, really tired. But we do have some No More Murder Hobo stuff from Gwen.
We do indeed.
It's talking about retirement. It says, what does your character's retirement look like? Do they go to another world? Does everybody that they know just die out? Problems of if you're an immortal, of course, in the game. And do they fight to their death on the battlefield? Or do they get a nice little house in their hometown and just do minor missions and hang out in that area? So what do you think for old Nikodar? What would he do? What does his retirement look like?
Well, Nikodar is was created as sort of inspired, and I always forget the name. In Skyrim, there was the big Khajiit knight that was escorting the caravan around. Just kind of a doer of good deeds and a protector. So perhaps he would become sort of a I don't know, like a guard. Maybe
Oh
not.
no, I got logged out.
Yeah, I saw that. Maybe not a guard in the sense of like stand by this door like a city guard, but kind of like the town protector. Um, you know, has his own peaceful little place to live, but when needed to defend his local community, from invading forces or whatever. You see the kind of characters that you often interact with on quests that are like trying to save the town, but they just need a little outside help. Except he wouldn't need outside help because, I mean, come on, he's the vestige.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Which ought to, scare off all of the evildoers, because there's 20 plus million vestiges running around. Like, we can't win this fight. We're very outnumbered.
Like, something seems strange about this.
Every one of them has defeated Molag Bal.
It's like I've seen them before. Well, I mean, not quite him, but his, like, specter, if you will, or his, shade.
Yeah,
Wow. Made it just in time.
Just in time.
Wow, I cannot believe that I did that. I even moved, too. That's what's wild. I must not have moved enough or gone into a menu or anything.
Yeah. New system. Enable.
Alas.
We are all a little investiged in it.
Wow.
That's from Gwen. Gwen, did you just make your own eyes roll?
Gwen, what a joke.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so new system for next year. You can set a timer that you won't get kicked out. So we can set a timer for 2 hours so we can just do the show and not worry about it. That'd be
That would be amazing.
Podcaster perk.
New system, podcasting mode. It's like screenshot mode, but different.
Yeah, it goes into screenshot mode, but you can still use your emotes and all that stuff.
Yeah. That would be silly.
All right, well, we can knock out some announcements real quick so you can head off. I know you got an early start tomorrow, so.
I do.
We have our normal guild announcements, just our weekly activities that we do within the Lore Seekers Guild, which you can join if you are interested. I'll tell you about that at the end. We have Mondays with Moki. That is a just kind of a hangout night. Go do some fishing. Moki will help you get your fishing achievements, and or sometimes they go and they do things in Cyrodiil and hang out and go and brave the wilds that are PvP zones. And occasionally other things as well. But that starts at 8 Eastern. Group up around 7:30. And so come hang out and do that. Tuesday is Treacherous Tuesday. We do dungeons. It's kind of group up, and you let your group know what kind of run you want to do, whether that be gear farming, lore runs, story mode, whatever it is you have in mind. You group up. Tuesdays are sort of a designated day for those kind of activities. No set time on those right now, just any time of day. And then Fridays are Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon. That is Undaunted night. Undaunted. We are. Undaunted.
We're undaunted.
We are. That is obviously an Undaunted night. So, as we said, and so group up same time, 8 Eastern, and or it starts at 8 Eastern. Group up between around 7:30 or so, and to the pledges or the Undaunted Delve dailies, and no level requirements for that. If you've got a low level character that you want to come do that stuff with, I take that back. You do have to be at least level 10 to do the dungeons.
So you have to have played for maybe 2 hours.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, if you know somebody that can set you up. Don't take too long. A couple hours.
Yeah.
Probably be more accurate, but you can get there pretty quick. So yeah, if you want to do that, come hang out. And I guess because we're talking about guild activities, we'll just go ahead and throw in there. If you want to join the Lore Seekers Guild, you can go to loreseekers.club. No.
Yep.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah, that's
loreseekers.club, and that has all the links you need to get into the guild. You will need to have Discord downloaded. It will bring in a Discord into. Is it still an apply to guild channel, or is it? Okay. Yeah, it'll bring you in.
No,
it'll
it should bring. Yeah, it should bring you into the welcome and then the apply to guild.
Okay. Yep. And you just fill out a brief little application just to tell us a little about yourself, and that helps us ward away any trolls that may be trying to join guilds, cause problems, and also gives us an opportunity just to see, what you're interested in, and whether or not we're a good fit for taking up one of your 5 guild slots. Because it may be that you're like, yeah, I want to join Lore Seekers because I'm the most diehard tryhard you've ever met in your life, and the only thing I ever want to do is run the hardest of content all the time with the most intense people. Well, you might not find a good fit with us, but
That's probably not us.
yeah, yeah, pretty easy to do. So if you're interested, come do that. Come hang out, and that process usually only takes a day, 2 tops to get approved, and then you'll get your invite in game, and you can start doing stuff in game with us.
Yep.
We're on social, but where?
We are. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Snugpod Cast. You can also send us an email if you'd like to. Send us a review, write us a letter, tell us your favorite pizza. I don't know. Anything you want to. snugpodcast@gmail.com. And if you are listening to us in the audio format, but you're like, hey, those people sound cool. I want to see when they get logged out all the time, because that happens during their stream. You can come watch us on twitch.tv/snugpodcast. And you can also search for us on YouTube, where we are also live. You can search over there for Snug Podcast, and you can find us there. So there you go. That's where you can find us on social media.
Yep. And if you are watching live or watching later and want to listen, you have that option too. Just look us up, podcast apps. Did you say that already?
No, I said
Okay.
the other way.
Right. Okay. Yep. So you can find us in audio format if you're not already doing that, if that works better for you. So,
Yeah.
Yep. Hit us up on socials and tell us what you thought about our show. And
Hopefully they throw out all good things.
So until next time, we probably won't be doing a show next week because that's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. I'm going to guess that we will be off for a week.
Yeah.
At
So
least.
yeah.
Because the
And then
following weekend is New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah, so we may be away for a few weeks, just depending on how everybody's schedules work out. We'll see. But
Or maybe I'll ring you into an extra live stream on New Year's Eve.
it's possible,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
But I'm not off New Year's Day, but I don't have to go in until later in the day, so it's not too big a deal. But yeah. All right. Well, whether it's next week, the week after, or 3 weeks from now, hopefully you have a good holiday season. And actually, I think I just got booted. Oh my goodness. So give me just a moment to get back in because I'm going to lose audio. But yeah, it's really annoying. So I'll give it a moment to let me get back in,
up.
make sure I've got my audio there.
All good. All good.
Okay, as I was trying to say before I got kicked out there, if we don't see you or hear from you, or you don't hear from us, rather, for a couple of weeks. We hope that you have a good Christmas, New Year's. If you have activities for those things, spend time with some family, some friends, and just have a good rest of your year. And take care of yourself, take care of others, and we'll be back soon-ish.
Oh, hey, and New Life starts on the 21st. So it'll be New Life Festival when we come back next.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just had to throw that in there before that.
All right, everybody. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.
Sleep well, Tamriel.